Shadowbringers, Daryl back at it again, here with another hella epic video. However, it's gonna be a little bit different this time because I've never recorded a video of this type. I'm gonna be recording my MSQ playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. It's my first time playing it, and I thought that why not make YouTube videos about it, because I feel like it can get a little bit slow to stream sometimes. A lot of people miss certain parts here and there. So I kind of just want to assemble all of the videos in one place for everyone, so you can just throw it on in the background while you go to the gym, while you clean. So super excited for that. I'm gonna be reading every single chat bubble because I am immersing myself into the story. I've done the first 3 expansions, so ARR, which is A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, as well as Stormblood. Just finished it. I've been itching to do Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers. I'm really stoked for this expansion. If you want to stay updated with my Final Fantasy journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. All right, so this is my beautiful little character, Syndra. She started off as a black mage, but I've moved on to Reaper because it's flashy and very cool, and I really like it. I'm definitely more of a caster girl most of the time, but not right now. The animations are so cool, and like, who doesn't want to fight with a big scythe? Like, who doesn't want to do that? I want a scythe. What the heck? I did want to mention that this video is going to be a little bit slow paced, so I'm going to cut my entire MSQ into a variety of little episodes, so you're gonna have a lot of them to watch. So just beware. All right. First, oh, that's not the quest. Main quest. All right, so we need to go back to Mordona and Revenant's Hall, which I think is pretty close to here, actually. I'm not really familiar with the places yet. I'm still a noob. I still have a hard time getting around the UI. All right, let's go to the Revenant's Toll, where the Scions relocated. If you haven't done the first 3 expansions, I'm just warning you right now, there's going to be spoilers just based on location, characters, and stuff like that. So if you're interested in the first 3 expansions and you don't want any spoilers, I would step away from this series until you've done so. Otherwise, if you don't care, you're more than welcome. I'll try and kind of explain what's going on. Tataru! Okay. I've been waiting for this moment. Tataru's itching to share what appears to be good news. And we get an orchestrion roll, and then a weapon coffer. Okay. Okay, I'm so excited for new weapons, new sights. Good news, Syndra. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down to the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Looking at rocks. Then we'd better go and give them a hand. Proactive! Woo! Let's go! My thoughts exactly. We love Tataru. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner that we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. Period. There's a boat in the north Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. The lingo that they use is really difficult, so bear with me sometimes.
Look how many people there are! Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go! Spirited accounts always comes in well good.
We did everything right! Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this!
Your time has not yet come.
My camera randomly stopped working. I will still react.
From endless dreams I awake.
This is a really pretty location.
Vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Wow. Chocobo.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Night? It's like daytime. It's like broad daylight. Oh, okay, same thought. But it's bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Yeah. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Are we in the future? What the heck?
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
That's so funny. Jug.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around.
It's stunning. Oh my god.
Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Crystarium. Have we heard of that place before? I don't remember.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Let's go. Woo! I have shivers. Holy crap. The music is beautiful. Alright, where do we need to go? We need to go to Fort Job, and we need to attune to the crystal. We can't can't mount up for some. Oh, I gotta go this. Oh, I see. I see. Gotta go down this way. Head to the Crystarium. Okay, okay. I want to mount up. This place is beautiful. You already know I'm gonna come cheapos here. The music, like I actually have shivers right now. Wow. Holy.
Halt.
Fun girl.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
The source? Sure, if the source is, I'm not gonna lie.
The source? Huh. What is this cryptic nonsense?
Ooh,
had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin, but instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Bruh, it's the truth! Oh my gosh. I really thought she was going to execute us, I'm not gonna lie.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Okay. He got eaten? Plot twist? What? I don't mean to laugh, but what the fuck?
Everything all right, Captain?
Oh shit!
Quite all right, my lord.
Stop.
Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see.
We know that guy.
We should be on the lookout for more.
I think.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious
He recognized us.
I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Thank God. The suspense. I need to know what's going on.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
companions alive? Did he get them? Are the other scions here?
Ah, that is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Bruh, okay, so no, they're not. Okay,
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the First, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Damn. I just can't believe how stunning the world is. Wow.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Yeah. Who the fuck is cutting onions? Why are my eyes watering right now? Damn. Holy crap. We made it. We made it to the Crystarium. Woo! And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Woo! These are just a request for you. And then I get a gear coffer. Very cool. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystanium civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Dang. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience which I'm sure you're only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps to the Aetherite and head out to the left to arrive to the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find your collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as the spokeswoman, Catalyst, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his Cabinet of the Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps and take the exit on the left and simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large door at the end of the path. And the third and final person I should like you to meet is Braggy, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetherite Plaza. Perfect! Friends! In seeking out each of my colleagues, you'll visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. Ha, very good. I concede. The layout of the Crystanium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before the long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There's an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. New city! Woo! New city, new friend. Let's go! Alright, let's go straight first, question mark? We'll attune to the crystal. Because like he said, we're in a different star. So it's like, it's hard to explain. I don't know if I can explain it, but yeah, like he said, they're unaware, the citizens and the people here are unaware of other stars. And basically, all of these crystals are a means for us to travel. So I could travel from here to the other ones because it's energy. By focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of ether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable, and you should allow teleportation to etherites in the source. And the source is where we were from. So our star. I think our star is called the source. Okay, wait. Guess we're going this way. Let's just go all the way here then. We'll go all the way straight. Crispy Joy Box. Pineapple show. Very cool. Alright, so these are little shards that will help you travel across cities. So you need a big one to get to the big locations, but once you're in the city itself, these little crystals are fantastic. Ooh! This is a really cute little library. Well, little, it's freaking massive. Oh my god. Alright, so they're upstairs. This would be another really great place to G-pose. Wow. All the way up. This is a huge library. There you go, Morin. This is Morin. Why can't I zoom in? This is Morin. I'm sorry to be all up in your grill. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with their civic roles, you see, and, well, What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin, at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to record knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh ho! So you've got an interest in modern history? Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, and I'll fetch it for you. A children's book? Do I look like I need help? Is that why? Damn. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. A 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warrior of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without seas, until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet, just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspects to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fugilant presence stole the night of Norvrant sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you'd rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Morin has taught you about the Flood of Light. Hell yeah, the more we know. I love Morin. Morin's cute. He's a cutie. Okay, I could get by. Morin's hella cute. Maybe I have a crush? No. I'm not gonna romance every character I come across. No, we're not doing that. Maybe. Okay, so now let's go. Guess we'll just go straight after this. Squint. Alright, let's go straight ahead. Catless! Ooh! I like Catless already. I like that they collect things. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to a fair city. She's so pretty, okay. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized, too. Thanks to us in the mean, we work together to procure materials and resource and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say. I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say it's grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, despite desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started growing up, and with the help of the curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catlis and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs in the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catlis has taught you about life in Crystarium. She is so cute! She reminds me of Sid. Sid's another character from other expansions. He is beautiful. I'm gonna jump down. Woo! The great thing about Final Fantasy is you will never die from fall damage. You'll get to 1 HP and then you won't die, no matter what. Beautiful. Alright, let's go back to the center and then make our way to go see our next guest. I forgot their name. Bragi. That's who it is. And he is in the market, I believe? At Musica Universalis. Ah, I hate Bragi. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Huh. Welcome. My name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for a mistle such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry, did you say mistle? Aye, something's wrong. Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one's a hume, and the taller one is an elf. That sturdy individual over there is a Galgant, while the one with the horns is a Drawn. And then you have the large, scalpy chaps with the long nails and knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. They all have different names, which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the Exarch, huh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of a lot passed through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest thing. But not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Aww. Everyone's so nice! Oh, that's how I feel about Final Fantasy. Like how I'm getting introduced to like the city. That's how the players are in this game. Alright, thank you Pragi and the others for welcoming us to this beautiful city. I feel very welcomed. I really need to get myself a new scythe. She looks a bit dull, if you will. Alright, let's go see the X-Arch. Like, what's up, boys? We're twins. So we come from the same world. Interesting. Or the same star. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you from a clear perspective of this world and people? Yes. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the self-same as the one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know to which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Damn. Alright. The Crystal Exarch is finally ready to discuss the matter of your comrades' whereabouts. You've done as I requested and learned something for the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that my guard knows how to admit this. Just like that, then Grahatia is... I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower where it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. Damn, no Gratia! Sag. Husbando. Alright, let's go into this tower. Greetings, madame. The Exarch awaits you within. Yes. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so pretty. Wow. That is stunning.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
Aww.
As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Oh my god. No way. What the heck? What have they been doing all this time?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
Oh.
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Damn.
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Oh no.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Oh shit.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction.
Damn.
Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Damn. But I'll see you keep that promise.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Does he have a crush on me? I'm scared. What if this guy is like some Asian that's like... I don't know. I trust him, but I don't now. Like, I regret what I said. Alright gamers, we're gonna leave it at that for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the cutscenes. There was a lot of voiceovers, which is really good because I love hearing the voice actors' voices. Everyone sounds so cute and not just like one voice and me reading it all the time. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay posted with all of these, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.